What up, what up, what up? Day 10 of this course. We've had some good times. Now, as you've been going through all this, we've been giving you kind of like specific training on how to get things done. This last bit is equally as important, but a different skill set altogether. And that is how you harness social media. Let's start off with what you shouldn't do. I'm well aware that in high school and in middle school, sometimes social media is abused. There's a lot of courses out there on digital citizenship and everything else. Really and truly, a lot of you already know what not to do anyway. I always have a rule is that, actually, I'm 47 years old and my parents read my posts. So I know that if I say anything that's embarrassing, my parents will call me out on it. So I actually don't say things that are embarrassing. Now you're like, oh, you're not my age and you're not as cool as me. Correct, I'm not as cool as you. But a lot of times right now, you're building a brand. You're archiving your history. And so just in a let's just put a quick end on this. Employers and people that you might want to work with in the future are looking at what you're doing. If you're doing double middle fingers and F this and F that and everybody sucks, you are hurting your chances to collaborate and work with great people. However, if you are positive, if you are wanting to make a difference in the world, people will see what you're doing and be inspired by that. I promise you. Matter of fact, I said this to our guest who are coming up, Dennis Yu. I don't think there's ever been a better time to be a teenager. If you want to be different, if you want to be better, the world is waiting for you. I mean, like literally. So the first thing is clean up your social media. If you have been not good in the past, you might want to consider deleting it. Seriously. It might come back to haunt you. Secondly, we are big fans of LinkedIn and, believe it or not, Facebook. Our guest, Dennis, is definitely probably more active on Facebook. And here's a couple reasons why. I understand that Facebook isn't as cool, but for right now, you're not looking to social media to be cool. You're looking to social media to get things done. Period, end of story. And a lot of times, people that get things done are not on Snapchat. And they're not as often on Instagram, but that one's kind of a cloudy one. Snapchat doesn't even, no. TikTok, no. Why? And if you want to do those things for entertainment purposes only, again, I think that you should have it cleaned up. Don't be negative on there. Don't be awful. But on Facebook and LinkedIn, these are, without a doubt, obviously maybe older, but you're looking to have collaborators. You're looking for people to give you feedback. Oftentimes, some of the people who need to give you feedback aren't necessarily 15 years old. For those reasons, I like those two spots the best. And of all the ones, and ironically enough, that's why I've opened up the LinkedIn closed group if you're already on it. LinkedIn, in my opinion, has been better because, number one, the algorithm is in your favor. And that's a nice way of saying a lot of times for you to get discovered on Facebook and Instagram is you have to give them money for them to blast it out. On LinkedIn, you don't have to do that. If you're doing something and people are like, whoa, because basically, if you like something, right, that's let's just say that's 1 point, right? And if you comment on something, let's just say that that's 5 points. And if you share something, that's like 10. So after a while, these sites know that something must be going on because people are liking and commenting and sharing on what you're doing. And people don't do that unless they're happy with what they see and they're inspired. So as a 14, 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old, if you're working on something and your team is working on something that is what we is called a just cause, that kind of stuff grows. And because you're treating yourself like a professional online, other professionals will treat you like a professional online. I promise you. I promise you. So step one is clean up your accounts. Let's delete all the dumb stuff or just delete your account altogether. Or try to make that as just your childhood thing, right? I highly recommend that you start a LinkedIn account if you haven't already. And then your bio, this is really important. Your bio should be about your mission and vision, or at least your bio is currently what you're on. Like, ninth grader at Perry Meridian High School, aspiring to be a blank, or high school student wanting to learn more, or a high school student wanting to be of value to others. Those kind of things. Don't, like, I'm a super fan of the Lakers. That doesn't necessarily scream interest to a lot of people. Or, my favorite band is. That's nice. That's not really going to necessarily make anybody like, oh, you like Green Day too? Which I don't. Anyway, so clean up the accounts. Start an account on either Facebook or LinkedIn. I prefer LinkedIn. And then get active. Again, you showcasing and not being boastful, but you showcasing some of the things that you're doing and some of the things you're working on moves mountains. So if you've done something on this project and now you're starting to see that you're getting somewhere, now is the time that you start putting that out there. Local people in that macro and micro that we talked about will want to support it. It's a huge advantage, because if the only people that know that what you're doing is your mom, dad, aunt, and uncle, I'm sure they're great people, but that's not necessarily going to get you extra help or even funding. So by you going on there and then just being nice about it, like, hey, my team and I decided we wanted to make a difference. Click here for our blog. Or I highly recommend, matter of fact, we might have a course on it later. I highly recommend you have your own podcast. It is the best. You have an excuse to talk to people. You have an excuse to want to interview people. And at your age, people are going to be impressed that you have your own podcast. So do that. It's amazing. So, and then after that, what you want to do is just engage. If somebody is inspired by what you have, and somebody's inspired about what mission you're on, and you're like, oh my gosh, how can I learn more? Stop what you're doing and respond to them. Start building those relationships. I'm telling you, that is the best thing that has happened to us. When I had my class, we had some crazy things. We, just by being on a mission, and I'm not doing this to name drop, but one day in class, I'm like, hey, if you could learn something from somebody, who would it be? And instinctively, a couple of my kids said, I want to be a streamer. I would like to learn from Ninja. And I'm like, okay, let's contact him. I'm not promising you that Ninja will respond back right away. And to be fair, I have a blue check mark next to my name, and that has helped. But I didn't always have a blue check mark next to my name. I started getting a blue check mark because people started collaborating with us. And I'd reach out. You might even notice my Twitter account now, and on any given day, heck, the people that I found on this online course, actually, some of them I already had relationships with, but they had saw me on Twitter, or I had asked them nicely. And that was also the podcast. I had built a big guest list because I asked. And it wasn't just an ask of help me. My ask was, how can I help share your story? So some of these authors, I was like, can we talk about your book? So these people that were entrepreneurs, can we talk about how you built a business? Those things. So clean it up. Get on an account that's got probably some good mentors on it, Facebook, LinkedIn. Start posting, start engaging, start asking questions. So I'm excited about what you're going to learn today from Dennis Yu. Dennis Yu is like one of the authorities on Facebook and on marketing. His clients have included some of the bigger name celebrities out there. The Golden State Warriors, among others. He understands engagement. He also has some really specific to-dos in this. So if you watch this through in its entirety, this guy is going to drop some serious knowledge on you, and I highly recommend that you reach out to him, because some of these strategies he's talking about, they're unreal, and he gets a little crazy because this guy is hyper productive. So some of it may be a little intimidating at first, but watch it again. Share this with a friend. I think this particular episode has been really good, especially because we're talking about social media use and using it for the powers of good, not bad. So learn from Dennis. Reach out to Dennis. He literally in this lesson says, I want you to reach out to me. I want you to tag me. This guy has a mountain of offerings and a lot of classes that he will give you for free that he normally charges thousands of dollars for. He has agreed to give you everything for free, especially if you want to understand digital marketing. So I highly recommend that you do that. Other than that, this has been a fun 10 days. We are probably going to, not probably, we've had more people and other big names reach out to us and said, how can I contribute? Can I do some lessons? So stay on this channel, subscribe to it. Again, highly recommend you stay in our LinkedIn group. But we're just going to continue feeding you great advice from great people. And that's my last ask. If this has brought you joy, if this has brought you value, share it with others. StartEdUp Foundation is in the business of making your life better. We want you to be a blessing on your community. We want you to be a force of good, because we are now entering uncertain times, and the people that are winning are the people that know how to think for themselves and see opportunities everywhere. All right, guys, enjoy Dennis U, and stay subscribed. Take care. We'll see you around soon. All right, now I just got done talking a little bit about social media and making sure you clean it up and keep it professional. There's nobody better for you to learn from right now than the founder and CEO of Blitz Metrics, Dennis Yu. Thanks so much, man.
Don, for sure. Always good to hang out with you.
Yeah, well, virtually. I'd really like to be in Phoenix right now, but talking to high school students, and I've said on this course, I don't think there's ever been a better time to be a 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old ever. Yep. If you share the things that you're doing and if they're positive. You are kind of the personal branding king. Talk to sir. Well, so you can flex on some of who your clients are. I mean, that's up to you. But talk to these students about why understanding your personal brand is so important, and some of the things that you should start doing.
So let me share with you something I wish I knew when I was 18. And that is, I thought I had to be super professional all the time. And I thought everyone else was so smart. They knew everything. I didn't really have anything to contribute compared to what they had. So I just wouldn't say anything, right? Because I didn't want to look like a fool. But let me share my screen and show you how silly things are, how amazing things are when you're just willing to go out there and be yourself. So if you go to facebook.com/memories, it shows you like all the stuff that happened like a year ago, 5 years ago, that kind of stuff. And so Facebook just reminded me, hey, I posted this thing where I was riding this mechanical bull, right? And I actually lasted for like a minute. Most people, like even the really fit guys, they were there for like, 10 seconds, they were thrown off. And eventually you see me get thrown off, but I go on for like a minute and some. And that has nothing to do with anything. I'm not sharing any kind of expertise. I'm just giving people a view into like what my life is like, right? And you have these incredible people like Brian Solis comes in and, he comments on that. And he's a big time author. I'm like, holy moly. I can't believe these people are actually, commenting on my stuff. And then if you go back further, you'll see, actually, this is still on that same post. Here, I'll just show you. If you go to facebook.com/memories, like go there, right? I go there every day just to see like what Facebook reminds me. And let me show you why this is so key in terms of building your brand, because you're showing who you are. Even in times of crisis, people want to know who you are. They want to know what you stand for. So a year ago, I'm with this guy at Social Media Marketing World where I spoke. He took a selfie picture. Other people are making 1-minute videos. People are saying good things about me. So I never boast about myself, because you have these other people that are saying good things about me. And look, when you're in a crisis, I think you're going to see a lot of people that are in their living rooms making videos. So in terms of getting your brand out there, let me just show you a couple things. Like I'm literally just posting things that I could help with. And here's one. So this Patricia said, hey, if you want to learn digital marketing, you should follow Dennis. And so I posted this thing here. This is what, yesterday or something. And I'm just sharing someone else's story. I said, hey, my friend Ollie, he got laid off because of coronavirus. And then all these other people, right? And here's what happened to them. But this is a great opportunity because we can spend time with family, and we can also gain digital marketing skills and connect with other people, right, Don? I mean, think about how much extra connection you've had with your family. And I got all these people here liking, commenting, and sharing. This is just on my profile. There's no ads or anything like that. And here's the thing that I think is the one missing piece besides the whole, like, you need to be authentic and share and go live in the Gary Vaynerchuk kind of thing. Is I said, hey, reach out to me and I'm happy to help you. And then look at my inbox. I've been replying to these people. Like you can see my inbox here. Now I said, send a note to operations@blitzmetrics.com with the subject line, love is kind. I look at all these people that are still coming in. Look at the timestamps, 7:45, 7:44, 7:40. Look at all these people. And then notice how I've got someone else on the team who's replying, right? And then like this guy says here, hey, I'm trying to do e-commerce. I'm trying to start my own agency. And then this, I'm replying to him saying, yes, that is fantastic. We got some training. I'd love to help you on that. Even if you don't have any training, you could do that. Don, check this out. All right. So I got my iPhone right here. If you're a teenager, this is your business making tool. This is your money making machine. Now, if I go to my email or I go to whatever, and I scroll through and I see all these ones that are coming through. So here's somebody who just sent an email. He said, hi there, I'm interested in the free training. I'm trying to scale up my digital marketing agency, help more founders and entrepreneurs grow their business through the coronavirus period, right? See, this guy just sent this email, right? I just scrolled to it.
Yeah.
I'm hitting reply. Check. Like, you're not going to see anybody else do this because it's so easy to do, but for some reason they don't do it. Watch how long this takes. I hit reply. And instead of replying with the text message, instead of replying with the voice that gets transcribed, I'm including an attachment. I'm using my Gmail, and then I'm clicking the photo. Now I'm switching that photo to video, and then I'm hitting the switch around. So now it's showing my face. And oops, let me see. What is this? Oh, Adam Teo. I got to remember his name, right? And I'm going to say something specific. So I'm replying to him with the video, and I'm doing it right now. Hey, Adam, I would totally love to see you grow your agency. Now is a fantastic time. I'm hanging out here in Phoenix. I hope you're doing well during this coronavirus thing. I got my jacuzzi and pool out here. We got the popcorn machine. I'm here with my buddy, Don Wettrick. And, if I can make a 15-second video and grow my brand and grow my agency, you can do the same thing too. Okay. And then I hit use video and I press send, and there it is. And now I've made a connection.
Was that with a Gmail?
What?
Was that with a Gmail on your phone?
Yeah, that is. So you can see here, like literally it shows as an attachment here on the bottom. You see this .mov in the bottom?
Yeah.
When I use an attachment, it's right there, right? And you can see here it is. It's sent. Yep. You see that video there? So he's going to click on that video and you'll see. Okay. So
and it saved you a lot of time. And it was a lot more personal.
So can you see this? Can you see my mail? I'm showing my mail. How often do you see people like log into their mail? Now, if you don't have an assistant, then you have to reply yourself. But we got like 500 that have come in just the last 36 hours or however long. Mm-hmm. Look at how many are coming in. Like every minute there's another one coming in. It could be the middle of the night they're coming in. It could be whatever they're coming in, right? And I'll actually reply to most of them. Like here's one. This one says, Olga Maria. Hey, Dennis, I hope all's well. Thanks for the opportunity. I want to learn about Facebook marketing and grow my blog. And then let's see. Then our assistant replies, hey, Olga, I read your story. It's an amazing. You turn your leg condition into a full life in heels. Start your agency. Here's all our training. And then, this is an internal note I said on how to respond to people more personally. But here's the main point. When you respond to people personally and you say their name mm-hmm. and you say something specific about their situation, like, look, here's one, Mel. Got to love Mel. Okay. I want to grow my brand and build a community of leaders. And then we'll say, yeah, awesome. So glad you want to build your community. What is your brand about? What are you trying to do that you want to help them with? And so we're just trying to be specific. Here's another one. JR says, send me the programs. And his goal is 100K a month. And we'll say, okay, 100K a month. That's awesome. What category? If you're going to make 100K a month, you've got to you have to drive $1 million of value per month to earn 100K. So where are you going to make the big difference? So he says salons. Mm. And then we say to him, hey, here's all this kind of stuff. And we'll reply back saying, JR, salons could really use your help right now. Okay, there. See, now all I did was I gave him a lightweight touch. Yeah. I can reply with a quick little video. I can reply. I don't have to write this whole essay. How long does it take, Don, do you think, to make one response?
Yeah, well, that one took you 10 seconds.
And how long do you think it would take to reply to 200 people?
Well, based on that math, a little over 20 minutes.
So do you think there's an excuse on I'm too busy?
Yeah, I know. You know what? Like you blew my, I've never done the little embedded video thing, and I'm going to start doing that because.
Here, watch this. Okay. So you and I were social media people, sort of, right?
Yeah.
So here's my home screen. Now I'm going to click on Instagram. All right. Yeah. And here's all the stuff that's going on Instagram. Now I'm posting similar stuff like silly photos. Look, here's my stories. I'm in the jacuzzi, and I'm just doing random sorts of things. And you can see my posts where I'm sharing knowledge. I'm sharing what other people are sharing about our stuff. I'm sharing our students and how successful they are. By the way, if you're watching this and you have something good to share, send it to me or tag me in and I will share. And maybe I'm not as big as, Justin Bieber or whatever, but I have a big enough audience that when I share stuff, it actually gets, some traffic.
Mm-hmm.
Like look at all these people they're engaging. And then there are people that are sending me messages, like they're commenting back to me. Like here's my buddy, Eric Huberman. So I sent him a pair of socks that had his face on it. See, so then he shared that, right? That's got his face on it, these socks. That's from a friend, Brennan Agranoff, who we should have on the show. And then I'll say, now remember here in Instagram, you can reply with the video. Now, if you're 18, you know how to do this, but people who are my age don't know how to do this. And then I can reply back here saying, doing the same thing I just did. Hey, Eric, that is so awesome. Keep wearing your face socks. If you need any other ones made, let me know. I'm happy to send them to you. I think we got to create more happiness when a lot of people are despairing right now. Hope you're doing well in LA. And there it is. I just pressed send. Then I just sent him a video. How long did that take?
Yeah. Another 15 seconds.
Now, what do you think the impact would be if you made just 20 of these per day? That took you 10 or 15 seconds. And you made some of them public. You built relationships. You reach out to mentors. You say thank you. You share stories. Like my friend Aniko, she runs a spa in Las Vegas. And she's talking about immunity, right? How do you build your immune system? And the different things you can do to eat and exercise and you're getting good sleep and all that. And I thought, wow, that is so cool. Do you mind if I just interview you on Facebook just for like 5 minutes? Like all the stuff you just told me? Wow, I wish other people got to hear that. Do you mind if we just go on Facebook? She said, why, sure. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do that, right? Because I'm a medical technician, I don't understand this whole social media thing. So I said, don't worry about it. You just be on Facebook and I'm going to call you. And then you're going to see this thing saying Dennis wants to invite you to this video. And then we're just going to talk just like we've been talking, right? Just like on Skype, just like on Instagram, just like on Zoom, just like on whatever it is. We're just connecting people through video and making short little snippets where like you, Don, you're fantastic because you're like a journalist. You're always interviewing other people and grabbing the best knowledge. Now, if you're 18, what would stop you from doing that?
Yeah, well, and then I think that at 18, people would be more impressed and more willing to do. Like I've told everybody that, especially as under 18, have a podcast. It's the best excuse in the world to interview awesome people.
And they'll all say yes to you. It's fantastic. You know what I do? I don't even have like the podcast that requires you have to set things up and use tools and the website and all that. But how about this? Check this out. So here on my phone, I've got the Photos app, right? And it's showing all the things that I've done and all the places that I've been. And sometimes I just meet someone really cool. Like I met Dr. Oz last week, right? You know, Dr. Oz, and then here he is. Dr. Oz is here. And then he's answering questions and I'm recording some of these videos you can see here, right? As he's like saying stuff around coronavirus and even behind the scenes, with the camera. And then I'm asking other people who were at the event, hey, what do you think about coronavirus? And what are you doing to prepare your family? And so I've got lots of these different pieces. And you know what I'm doing is just making a 15-second video.
Yeah.
I'm not asking them to sit down for 45 minutes. Like here's one with Ann Hanley, who's the keynote at Social Media Marketing World. So I'm literally asking her just a couple quick questions like, hey, what's it like being a keynote speaker? And here she is.
Is to practice your face off, to not leave your hotel room the day of the keynote, and actually just drive yourself nuts by delivering it to yourself in the mirror over and over and over again until you get it right. And I think actually just practicing, making sure that you are on top of the material, not.
So she goes on, and this is someone who just spoke in front of a crowd of 5,000 people.
Yeah.
I went up to her and I said, hey, Ann, and let's say she didn't even know who I was. Like these people always say yes, of course, be considerate. But you can say, look, I just have one question. Would you mind answering it for my podcast or for my Facebook or for my blog or whatever?
Right.
Say yes, you ask and be ready to ask your one question and be ready to put the phone like this and interview. That's it. If you're 18 and you do that one thing, you don't have to be a pro at video editing. You don't have to, do all this like crazy setup, like literally capture that. And then what we do is all this stuff. Now this is advanced. Okay. Now if this freaks you out, don't worry about that. Don't think like you need to do this. But then I have everything backed up to Amazon Photos, Google, to iCloud, to Dropbox, and I have it backed up in 4 different places. Okay. And then I got a team of people that comes in is looking. See, here's Dropbox. all of this stuff is being backed up so that they're constantly looking at seeing where I am, seeing who I'm with, seeing what kinds of videos are showing up, seeing like I'm working out, I'm having dinner with a friend, I'm at some conference somewhere, right? So they're taking it and then they're editing it, they're transcribing it into articles, they're posting on my blog, they're putting it on Twitter, they're like handling all that stuff for me. And if you're a student and you're trying to get your business going and it's just you initially, but then you get a client or two, let's say you get 2 clients that are now paying you $500 a month. Maybe now you're at 5 clients paying you $1,000 a month. You're like making $5,000 a month, which is not bad, easy to get to. Now you can afford to hire someone to do your video editing and do your posting and manage your blog and do community management. What do you think it costs me to have one person full-time do that for me? Full-time, 40 hours a week.
I'm a virtual one. I don't know. Not much, probably.
$3 an hour.
Oh my gosh.
Full-time. They're on Skype. They have a college degree, which in the Philippines is not worth as much as it is here. And like you see, like here, this guy who's responding to these emails, G Rouse, who's awesome. He started out at $2 an hour. And now look at how he's replying, right? So here it is. Like he's doing stuff that I would have had to do. Like here's another guy, like just literally there's hundreds of these, right? So this guy here, Jorge, says, oh, thanks for the training. Love to jump in. And then I see his email here. If you can see this, Tech Guy for God. And I thought, wow, that is so awesome. This is about, giving back. This is another form of ministry. I mean, you have loaves and fishes, but you can also do digital marketing as your ministry. You can have social media marketing as your way of giving back. Because what would Jesus do? I'm pretty sure Jesus would be on Instagram, right? And so here I say, dude, I totally love you're a tech guy for God. How long did it take me to say this?
Yeah, another 10, 15 seconds.
Okay, and then G comes in and says, hey, Jorge, being a tech guy for God needs a lot of training, and here's all this other stuff that we want to give you.
Yeah.
And then he says, awesome, thanks so much, blessings.
Yeah.
And that was this morning.
One thing, Dennis, that you've gone over, which I love, is that not only are you being cognizant of your time, everything you've shown is providing value to the other people. Like your asks are very little, if anything. I think that as we're wrapping up this 2-week series, the whole point was seeing opportunities where other people see problems. And we've talked in the class about being, an opportunity being opportunistic is you being a jerk. Yeah. But I think that's what you've really hit on, is that you're helping people in times of need. And then you're addressing another problem, like what happens when you get an onslaught of things, of requests? Well, that's when you start building a team and having assistants and everybody else work around you. I think that's one of just the things that I've really enjoyed about what you've been doing, but also even in this 15-minute sprint session of boom, 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 here, value, 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 value. Yeah. And we could see on your email, the hundreds of emails you got, like, hey, who needs help? Boom, there it was.
Hey, you want to get a job? You want to make money? Just put out a little bit of help, little touches like that. And as you train up other people, they give back. If you found that this was valuable and you love Don, practice what we preach, make a 15-second video about something that you learned from this session. Tag me, tag Don, and then I'm going to share it. Because you could hear all these amazing things from all the guests in this 2-week thing that Don has and say, wow, that was really cool, and then not do anything about it. But imagine you take action right now. You have no excuse. Like even if you have this other thing you have to go to, you have 15 seconds to make a video right now and tag Don, tag me, tag StartEdUp, whatever it is, or just share, right? Something that it doesn't have to be mind-blowing. It just can be, you know what? I really like Cocoon water because I wake up in the morning and whatever it is, or hey, check this out. My friend came over and made me lunch this afternoon. And thank you so much, Lana. She knows how to cook these amazing Filipino dishes. Like whatever it is, right? Yeah. Just share something like, hey, this iPhone, did you know that you have 3 cameras on it? Let me tell you what these 3 cameras do and when I use which one. I don't care, just like something, right? Yeah. And make 20 of these per day. It'll take you 10 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe if you're slow. And you have 20 minutes. Just watch less Netflix.
Dennis, I love that. Man, I'm going to go back to, can you go back to dual screen? We're still looking at your computer.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah. No, like what I'm just loving about this whole thing again is like, even though you're called to action at the end, hey, you're doing this, because my only fear was we wanted to have a closed group should they want to be in it, because our fear is you'll watch it and you'll casually watch it and you'll nod your head. Hey,
Mhm.
we're wanting to work with high school students that do. And I think Dennis just really brought it home. Your first step is your first step, and that is doing something. So if that's a 15-20-second video, I'd prefer on something it's what you're working on, something you are appreciative of, things of that nature. So Dennis, as always, I know before his interview, I'm like, I'll probably ask you one question. You'll take it from there. And it's indeed, you're a master of what you do. And I sincerely appreciate you. And yes, guys, take advantage.
I want to see you grow your business. See, I'm not here just for the heck of it. I personally want to see you succeed as an entrepreneur. So if you make that video or you send me an email, I will reply to you. I will help you grow.
As witnessed by what we just saw. We literally saw people's emails going across.
There's no catch. You don't have to waste hours scanning YouTube. I want to help you. You have people like Don. Use it. How many people are in the group versus could be asking you for help? Take advantage of people like Don. Not in a bad way, right?
No.
We're here to help. You have so many people that will help you. There's no reason why you can't be a successful entrepreneur. It's like cheating. It's like you want to pick up basketball and you have LeBron James on your team. Why not?
Yeah.
Right?
Beautiful. And then once you get to that point, you want to be successful, then try to outwork Dennis. That will be challenge number 2. I haven't seen many people who can do that. Anyway, Dennis, man, I sincerely appreciate it. Hopefully some of these students will be tagging you and we'll get some things and get some really successful people getting going. So appreciate you a lot, man.
Pleasure, Don. See you guys.